Okay, so a look at Banished at 21:9. Now first up, the ultra-wide support is pretty much perfect. The gameplay correctly shows off more of the world on the sides, and the HUD scales correctly to make use of the extra screen space. And this is very useful with the ability to add windows to the HUD and move them about. So at 21:9 you can have loads of items on screen without them encroaching on your direct center view. The one area of slight issue is the main menu, where the image is zoomed in so you lose the top and bottom of it, and in this way the logo is then cut off halfway, but actual usability of the menu items is all without issue. And that's pretty much it. It's a small game, but it actually is really addictive. It was on my radar for a while, but it dropped off recently, though now I've gotten it, I can see myself sinking a lot more hours into it. My first attempt had me believe it was an easy game, but upon the first winter, all my villagers died instantly, and made me realise actually there's a lot of depth behind what I would say is a relatively simple exterior. Performance-wise, it's no problem to run. At 3440 by 1440 on a GTX 980 Ti, there was no issue with frame rate, and there is a lot of customizability to make sure it runs well on your system. So, Banished is like SimCity, but set in medieval days, and it has you fighting for survival in a way I haven't really experienced in city building games before. I found it extremely difficult to work out how to reach a sustainable situation. Either I would start strong and deplete all my easy access resources before I could get a long-term solution in place, like quarries, or my villagers would die from starvation or cold, but I was kept hooked with the desire to keep my villagers alive. Each villager has an identity, unlike most other games where they're all just labelled as villager. And in this, they're directly named and have, well, admittedly shallow, but they still have small personalities, and you can watch them live their lives, well, brief lives, as you charge ahead in building up a strong world for the next generation to toil through. So whilst it is not a huge game, and the premise is relatively basic, the game mechanics make it a very rewarding play, and one that drove me to return time and time again to try and survive in. And I'd certainly recommend buying, especially as it's a great deal cheaper than 50-60 quid games, so you're getting a solid return on your money, and it's the perfect option, for example, if you're on a long journey on a laptop and want to keep yourself entertained for hours on end, when you lack any real horsepower on the computer you're using. Anyway, I hope that gives you a quick overview of what the game's like at 21:9. Give this video a like if you found it helpful, and subscribe for future info. For any other games at 21:9, head over to my channel. Hopefully I've covered it. If I haven't, then leave a comment down below and I'll try and cover it. See you later.